This was me 2 weeks ago, pushing paper, filing documents, typing on a computer. Sure, I had an office, if you want to call it that, but it was boring, low-pay work with no future. Then something clicked. I decided that I would leave my paperwork days behind and try out some new jobs, to see what fits. That's when I became the job hunter. Hi, I'm Leslie Palmer, the job hunter. I'm here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast searching for precious metal, but I won't need one of these because I'm looking for advanced metalworking careers. The truth is, modern metalworking does not fit the old stereotypes. It's more high technology than heavy lifting. The jobs are in demand, offering great pay and opportunities for advancement. And in some cases, you can start an amazing career in just a few weeks. Now, if you're going to learn about Mississippi metalworking, you might as well start with the big guns. I'm at Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding in Pascagoula. They're Mississippi's largest private employer with roughly 11,000 people working here at their shipyard. Northrop Grumman is also the largest builder of naval ships in the world. They build ships like this one, the USS Dewey, a guided missile destroyer built for the U.S. Navy. It takes thousands of tons of steel to build a destroyer like this, and more than 1 million man-hours, with much of that work done by welders, pipe fitters, machinists, and other metal workers. Kevin Amos heads up the operations for Northrop Grumman's Gulf Coast facilities.
Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding, as a sector of Northrop Grumman, is the largest provider of naval vessels in the world. We're about 40,000 strong, and it includes the East Coast Shipyard, Newport News Shipbuilding, as well as the 5 locations here on the Gulf Coast.
What kind of background does a person need to come aboard at Northrop Grumman?
You need to have, number one, an interest in being a shipbuilder. You need to be looking for a career, not a job. And you need to have excellent work ethics. If you have those 2 things, I have a spot for you.
What would I need to do to get a job with Northrop Grumman?
It's very simple. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can go to our website and apply online, or you can come to the employment office right here on the company's property. From the time you apply, you're within, say, outside of 1 to 3 weeks of becoming an employee.
How's the benefits package?
Benefits are excellent. You get 12 paid holidays, paid vacation, medical benefits. It's an excellent package.
How do you go about recruiting workers?
We actually have a recruiting department that's a part of our human resources division, where we have professional recruiters that go to colleges, technical schools, high schools, local areas, off-site, trying to recruit and get the interest built up to the people who are out there and available.
Is welding a good career for a woman?
Absolutely. I think welding's a good career for anyone. You need to have the interest, you need to have the work ethic, and with those 2 things, we can make you a great employee.
Good pay, check. Retirement plan, check. Fridays off, double check. Hey, can I get an application? Other Mississippi-based shipbuilders include U.S. Marine, V.T. Halter Marine, Gulf Ship, Signal International, and Trinity Yachts. Trinity Yachts is the largest custom yacht builder in the world. That's based on linear feet under construction. Trinity moved to Mississippi shortly after Hurricane Katrina. They have been crafting luxury yachts right here ever since. They build yachts up to 250 feet in length with a price tag of up to $95 million. Who do I make the check out to? Even in a tough economy, Trinity has had no trouble finding interested buyers. The company has about 1,000 people on staff, but they're always on the lookout for metal workers with the right kinds of skills.
We recruit primarily through word of mouth, through VOTEC schools, through all the various colleges. We try and get the word out that this is it's a good career. Shipbuilding has always been good on the Gulf Coast.
What are the advantages of working here?
Well, the primary advantage for a shipbuilder, a guy working on ships here, is that these boats are required to be built undercover basically their entire life. So when a guy is working here at Trinity Yachts, if it rains, it doesn't matter, he's undercover. He won't be sent home because it's a rain day. So they're guaranteed pretty much their 40 hours a week. In fact, most of the guys are doing 48 hours a week. We work 4 10-hour days so that they can come in on Friday and do overtime and still have their weekends off. So that's some of the benefits. And the real thing is that it gives them a chance to showcase their craftsmanship and everything. And in the summertime, you're in the shade, it's cool. In the wintertime, the doors can be closed and it's relatively warm inside the shed. So it's a pretty nice work environment.
What advice would you give someone who's interested in this profession?
The best advice that we have found is to find out what you have a real interest in, what is your passion, and go follow that. Anything you can imagine, these boats require. So my advice was just find what you really enjoy doing, get really good at it, and you can always find a job somewhere, particularly here.
I'm about to visit one of Mississippi's advanced metalworking centers for excellence to get some hands-on experience in welding. I can't wait to strike my first start. But first, here are some facts about welding careers. According to the American Welding Society, our country is facing a critical welder shortage. They've predicted a shortfall of more than 200,000 welders over the next few years. Welders are in demand right now in Mississippi. It's not unusual for a welding student to get certified and hired in the same day. But what exactly is welding and why is it so important?
Welding is the process of joining metals, usually using an electric arc. Not always, but the most common way is with an electric arc.
Specifically, what kind of companies hire welders?
Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding here is the hugest employer, the largest employer in Mississippi. They employ a lot of our trainees. Also, we have shipyards in the Gulfport area, Trinity Yachts, Gulf Ship. There's several shipyards, and when a trainee completes the program, usually they're hired by one of the local yards or a fab shop.
What are just the everyday things that welders make?
Everything from ships to cars to, if you think about it, welding processes are used in basically pretty much anything in this country that's built.
Tell me what we're looking at here. It looks pretty foreign to me.
This is a basic T-joint.
Okay.
It's a joint design that we start out with trainees on. In a flat position like this, we start out running simple flat beads on a T-joint like this. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm wearing a flame-proof jacket and thick gloves because we're not playing around with matches here. I've got a welding helmet too to protect my eyes from damage by filtering out the arc's intense infrared and ultraviolet light.
Do you see how close I'm holding the electrode tip?
Uh-huh.
I'm putting a slight weave in it from side to side. Do you see?
Woo! That's intense. My
Yes, it
turn?
is. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
Okay, let's do it.
The temperature at the tip of this stick is 6,500 degrees Fahrenheit. That is seriously hot.
Okay, we're gonna stop. How was that?
Hot. But that's so cool. Shipbuilders hire a lot of welders, but they also need pipe fitters. So, what's a pipe fitter? According to the U.S. Department of Labor's Occupational Outlook Handbook, pipe fitters install and repair both high-pressure and low-pressure pipe systems used in manufacturing, in the generation of electricity, and in the heating and cooling of buildings. Another quick fact. Pipe fitting is one of the highest paid occupations in the construction industry. Maybe I should give it a shot. Allow me to introduce to you Ralph Crewthirds. He's an instructor here at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, and he's gonna let me try out some of their equipment. So you're gonna teach me how to...
I'm going to teach you how to use an upright bandsaw, let you cut a piece of pipe.
Okay.
Then I'm going to teach you how to use a pipe bender and let you bend a piece of pipe.
Well, I'm excited. Let's get to it. Look, I'm bending pipe. Works for me. Thank you so much. So, Ralph, how much does a pipe fitter get paid?
In the South, a pipe fitter usually starts in the neighborhood of $15 an hour and can advance on up to $25, $30 an hour. And other parts of the country, you can make up to $40 to $45 an hour.
That's great pay. Tell me about your training program here.
We start off with the basics and we go through the fundamentals of safety. We get more and more advanced. We teach them how to use each and every piece of equipment in the shop, how to use it safely.
What makes a great pipe fitter?
Somebody that can read the blueprints, understand the job, cut the pipe correctly the first time, and put it together correctly.
Outside of shipbuilding, there has traditionally been high demand for skilled metal workers in manufacturing at facilities of all sizes, in cities and small towns across the state. Places like Bay Springs, home to Holmac Corporation. Holmac was founded in 1963 by Charles Holder, a man who has some pretty strong opinions about the importance of trade jobs.
There's such a large demand for it, first of all, and second of all, it's got so many opportunities for advancement. People who go into metalworking, especially with the industry that's being recruited in the state of Mississippi, there will be pretty consistent job availability because of it takes a while to learn. It's not something that you pick up. You don't get to be a skilled craftsman in 3 or 4 months.
What training do I need to do so that I can come here?
Well, I got to know what your aptitude is, what you like to do, where you'd like to fit in, where it's in welding or machining or MIS or programming our data processing system. That's where it is. And we'll look at what kind of training you have got. We also put you through a battery of tests, primarily to not a pass or fail test, but it's a test to see what you would be best suited for, number one. Number two, do you have the ability to learn? Degrees, certificates is not something that we have normally looked at in the past. I've never had anybody ask to see my degree. I don't know just exactly what that's worth, but people are interested in what can I do.
Right.
So you would do that through our human resource department, and then you would be interviewed by different people in different departments through sometimes it's 2 or 3 people or committee, interviewed, questioned, after testing and so forth, and then once we decide where you ought to fit, we would explain that to you and make an offer.
Sounds like a plan to me. Where's the application?
About 1.5 miles down the road.
Let's start walking.
This is a place where he's welding this weldment together with submerged arc.
Okay.
It's a welding process, and you really don't even have to have a helmet on. Well, there's all kind of opportunities. Of course, the basis are a machinist or someone that knows how to machine steel, welders, and then they can move from that to computer-controlled machines to machine with. The welders can go in several different directions. They can either move up to robotic welding, where they program robots to weld. They can also move into weld inspection. They can also move into supervision. There's a career path here where you could start at any job we got. And you could move from one level of training and knowledge and so forth all the way through to you could become the president of the company.
As long as you've got the ambition and you're willing to put in the good work for the good quality.
That's correct. The pay scales are good, the benefits are good, vacation time and insurance and so forth, it's good. It's just, you have to work, and you got to work smart, and you got to know, you got to have knowledge, you got to have a lot of technical know-how. That's the reason that I see that people would want to work in an industry like this.
Mr. Holder sees a bright future for manufacturing in Mississippi. But what about right now? Before I go any further, I want a second opinion. I talked to Governor Haley Barbour. Tell me your vision for manufacturing in Mississippi.
Well, the first thing is we hadn't given up on manufacturing in Mississippi. Manufacturing are the highest paid jobs in our state, and even though manufacturing employs fewer and fewer people in the world, in America, in China, there are fewer people working in manufacturing than 5 or 10 or 25 years ago. But we've still got great competitive labor for manufacturing in Mississippi, and I believe our manufacturing base, which employs more people as a percentage than the country as a whole, can still grow. And you see Toyota, you see Severcor, PACCAR, General Electric, PSL North America, you can go down the list from Nissan forward. Manufacturers are coming here, they like our labor. But one of the things we have to do as a state is we have to continue to improve the quality of our labor, help our working people improve their skills. I'll tell you an interesting thing about manufacturing. To be successful in manufacturing, you have to become more productive. But to be more productive, you don't make your people work harder. You teach them and help them work smarter.
What is Mississippi doing to bring new manufacturing jobs in the state and even improve existing ones?
Well, you read a lot in the newspapers about incentives and tax credits and that sort of. That is important because this is competitive. When Toyota chose Mississippi, we were competing against virtually every state in the South and a lot of them outside the South. Right. But that's not the key thing. The key thing is education. And education is critical to the quality of the workforce. That's why education makes so much difference. Logistics, transportation, because moving manufactured goods around is expensive and you have to be able to be efficient there. But I always believe that the most important thing, that if you don't have it, you can't get the jobs, is the quality of your workforce. That's why we spend so much time on it, and it pays off. So keeping our people up to date, get them the next step. And a business wants to know, if we change our manufacturing processes, can your community colleges help us retrain our people? And that's one thing our community colleges have really proven themselves.
They're doing a great job.
They are. They're great assets for our economic growth. They're indispensable. Between the universities, with their research, development, on to commercialization, and then the community colleges for making sure we got quality workers. You can't compete in this without that critical thing of top flight workers.
As you know, I'm looking for a job in manufacturing, and I was wondering, could I have a reference?
Well, yeah, you can get a reference.
I got it. Next stop, Laurel Machine and Foundry, a company that's been working with metal for over 100 years. Now, you may not know their name, but you've definitely heard of some of their customers.
Some of our better-known clients are people like Goodyear, where we make the tire dies for Goodyear up in Statesville, North Carolina. So if you got Goodyear tires on your car, they may have been made from some of the castings we made in Laurel, Mississippi. We do also work for Quincy Compressor. They make rotor compressors, and we make valves for American Valve and Hydrant.
Why should I consider a career in metalworking?
The biggest reason is metalworking is really good pay, with excellent benefits. And you can travel literally the world over if you're in the metal trades.
Because everyone needs it.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if you're in South America, if you're in North America, if you're Asia, no matter if you're in Mississippi, Texas, Florida, California, New York, metalworking trades are always there.
Tell me about some opportunities for metal workers.
Metal workers right now, two of the biggest areas we're looking for are going to be, or three of them are going to be welders, fabricators, and particularly machinists. Those are in demand pretty much no matter what's going on, particularly if you're a Class A. We're looking for welders and machinists all the time. The shipyards are. Like anybody that's got talent and wants to work can make a good living doing metal work.
Why is it important for people to go into manufacturing?
Manufacturing is the backbone of the U.S. economy. We cannot exist if we do not have manufacturing. If we cannot, by ourselves, rely on ourselves to build cars, boats, airplanes for commercial, industrial, household reasons, it's going to be really hard to survive as a company. We cannot just be accountants and lawyers and service-oriented. We've got to have somebody, because manufacturing does drive the economy. We're the ones that create things. We're the ones that repair things. That's why it's so important that we have a good manufacturing base in the United States.
What kind of career path would I have at Laurel Machine and Foundry?
Career paths in metalworking are never ending. I have some of the guys that started out on the shop floor have become our sales manager. My last sales manager started as a machinist, and he's been with us for 46 years as of last Saturday. A lot of people that work here don't like sitting behind a desk. They like to get out and actually make something.
I didn't know they did this in Mississippi. Metalworking is cool. Or hot. Here at Laurel Machine and Foundry, they cast a wide variety of parts out of iron alloys and chrome. The metal is heated to more than 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, impurities called slag are removed before the molten metal is poured into a mold. The company's machining division can then take the finished casting and transform it into the final product using machines like this horizontal machining center. Of course, it takes people with lots of skill and training to operate a sophisticated machine like this one. These guys won't let me play around with their expensive equipment, but I know someone who will. I'm so excited to learn how to operate this machine, so tell me what it is.
This is a #2 vertical milling machine. This machine is very popular in machine shops. In fact, they all have this type machine. It has the ability to resurface parts, drill holes, cut slots. It'll do all types of, it'll even cut gears.
Well, I have on my safety glasses,
Okay.
and I need to know what to do now. Walk me through the process.
Would you like to take a cut on the machine?
I would love to take a cut.
Okay. We have a piece of aluminum in the vise, and if you'll reach up and turn it into high, right there, okay? That machine is running the correct speed to cut that aluminum.
Okay.
And if you'll take that handle on the end and turn it counterclockwise until it interferes with the part, and the shavings are going to move away from us as it begins to cut. Here it goes. And you can turn it faster than that. You can turn the handle because it's very soft, and you can take it all the way across there until it comes out the other side. This is actually resurfacing this material about 1/8 of an inch deep and go all the way across until it quits cutting. Keep on going, a little bit further, all the way till it goes completely off so we get a perfectly flat surface. And that is an excellent job. And let's reach up and turn it back off. There we go, and we'll let it coast to a stop before we handle anything to make sure that we don't get caught up in the machine.
That's good. I don't want to get caught in the machine.
That was very interesting, wasn't it? That's just one of many things this machine will do. It'll cut slots and shafts. It'll cut gears. We can cut all kind of angles, 45s, any degree. We can drill holes at angles. It will do just all types of parts.
I'm speechless, and if you know me, that's a big deal.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed cutting on the machine.
Tell me, Willie, what does a machinist do?
Machinist manufactures all different type parts out of many different materials.
If I wanted to be a machinist, what would I need to do?
Come by the college, go to our admissions office, and have a career counselor sign you up for some of our classes, or you have the option of going online on our website and signing up from your very own home.
Tell me about the training program here.
Training program here is a 2-year program. We take you through all the machines, the CNC, metallurgy, blueprint reading, the math that you would need, everything you need to get started in the machinist trade here locally.
What makes a great machinist?
A great machinist is somebody that's dedicated to perfection, wants to do the job right the first time, and takes pride in their work.
So what kind of grade would you give me for this? A C, a B, or an A? Machining, welding, pipe fitting. I've learned a lot about each career, got to talk to some great people, and even got a chance to try my hand at each job. But one thing's for sure, metalworking careers are a great option for people with the right skills, training, and the drive it takes to succeed. So much metal to work, so little time. I'd better end things right here, because I've got a stack of job applications to fill out. See you next time.
For more information about employment or training featured on The Job Hunter, visit our website at www.mpbonline.org and click on The Job Hunter.